imagine losing the one molecule that directly controls it.
A muggle like me, insulin is basically the Uber, which takes things out of your blood and puts them where they need to be.
It's essentially like a thermostat for blood glucose. That's how most people know it. So as blood glucose levels rise, it works as a thermostat to, let's say, release cool air to bring it back down. In this case, releases insulin to bring blood glucose back into range. As blood glucose drops, insulin is stopped. It stops releasing insulin out of these cells called the beta cells. And ultimately what your body's trying to do is keep the 1 teaspoon of sugar that's in your blood that is critical for your life. If it goes up, it can cause damage. If it goes low, it can be life-threatening in this very, very tight range. And it builds a number of mechanisms to ultimately make sure and ensure that you don't go outside of that range. But imagine losing the one molecule that directly controls it. Well, the number one cause of death in the United States and across many parts of the world is cardiovascular disease. Well, it's also the number one cause of death in people with diabetes. And when you look at what are the strongest predictors of developing some form of cardiovascular disease, a measure called HbA1c comes up at the top. HbA1c is an average measurement of your blood glucose over a 2 to 3 month period of time. And that is incredibly powerful at predicting future risk for, let's say, diseases of the eye, diseases of the kidney, or even cardiovascular disease. And so when I think about how do we tackle improving health or particularly in these common, much more common diseases, glucose control sits at the very top of that pyramid. And so the number one factor, particularly in diseases like diabetes that matters most, is HbA1c.